What's going on YouTube, and as always, thanks for coming back. It's a beautiful weekend here in Texas and it's starting to get cold and it's starting to make me feel some sort of way. So we're about to head to the gym today, and normally on Saturdays I have lower percentages of compound lifts, Olympic lifts, and just focusing on good technique and health. But one thing we're going to highlight in this episode is a way or a how to implement what's called non-traditional methods of training into your workouts. This includes things like plyometrics, kettlebells, bodyweight, and calisthenics. Now, a few good reasons to do these exercises. One is for the functionality portion of it. I'm in the Army, transitioning out, but just using and doing movements that I may encounter in real life. Another one would be injury prevention. I used to be a wrestler, and sometimes when I get down into positions that I wasn't used to having weight bear down, I would get hurt, and I asked my coach, and he'd be like, "What are you doing? What are your exercises?" I'd be like, barbell squats, lunges, leg extensions, and then I kind of just broadened my arrangements here. These tend to work a lot of the other little muscles as well, and just good for mobility and stretching of those muscles and just staying loosey-goosey. Also, in addition, some cardiovascular training as well. Obviously, you won't get the same response as running, but if you're looking to burn some more calories or just get into the more of the muscle endurance category, this is money. There's tons of circuits out there, and it makes training fun, man. I mean, sometimes you're on a program, you get bored, you're gonna throw some things in there and kind of just liven it up. And lastly, in regards to programming these type things, there's tons of scientific literature telling you how, when, why, recovery phases. But in my personal opinion, learn your body, learn what you can handle, don't overdo it, and you'll find a sweet spot. Obviously, if you're training something for like a powerlifting competition, you might not want to do too much. But with me, I do the compound, I do the accessory lifts, and then I throw this in towards the end. So, let's get to it, but first let me show you what we're doing on the supplementation wise. Breakfast a few hours ago, so you're gonna have a little bit of a snack. We have the BPN Field Bar. This is basically a whole foods ingredients protein bar without all the crazy chemicals. 16 grams of protein, got some carbs in there, and it's chocolate peanut butter blondie. Safe, very delicious. 2 scoops of Flight pre-workout just to get primed for the weightlifting session. We have some Go One More Sport I'm going to consume right after that. Just sodium and carbohydrates in the form of cluster dextrin, so it hits you a little bit faster, safer, and I'm probably going to be burning a lot of calories because I have some circuit work with some kettlebells and some dumbbells after my working sets. And I mix all that with water, code Gonzalez for 10% off. So we just got done with the bulk of our workout. Now we're going to go over to the functional part. So when it comes to functional fitness, calisthenics, plyo, kettlebells, there's a lot to unravel in this onion. So just go a little bit over the basics, right? One, personal opinion, don't do something unless you have a why. Don't go on Instagram and see some gym shark athlete that may or may not know what they're doing. Dive into literature and understand your why. So let's go real simple, right? First, we're gonna go simple. I do this for my shoulders, because your shoulders in human anatomy have this thing called shoulder girdle. Your shoulder's actually a lot of different muscles, right? So you take this kettlebell right here, and that's a little warm-up rehab exercise. Just simple. Simple like that. I do like 3 or 4 sets of 25 for each side before I do something that involves my shoulders. All right. Now, let's have some fun with some bigger kettlebells. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna do a swing, and we're gonna do a clean variation. So yeah, let's grab some kettlebells. The manageable weight you can do for like 8 to 10 reps, and let's get started. So, as a person that lifts and runs about 25 to 30 miles a week, injury prevention is really huge in my book. So that's what I said. Non-traditional training methods, according to people like Dr. Hunt and all that stuff, really, really helps. So let's exercise. Alright guys, so that's just two very basic ones. The kettlebell clean and the kettlebell swing with both dual kettlebells. So I always finish every workout with 100 push-ups for good upper body strength and just discipline. So yeah, let's get to it. So what did I say at the beginning, right? I'll keep training interesting, so there's no scientific definition for what I'm about to do, but we're going to be doing weighted planks, and we're going to be moving our hands a little bit. So I'm going to be planking with a 45-pound plate, and then I'm literally going to be, whenever I feel like it, this is going to be a 2-minute exercise. I'm literally going to be touching right in front of me with dumbbell number 1, dumbbell number 2, left hand, right hand. And like I said before, there's no science behind it. Your boy likes to have fun, keep training interesting. All right guys, so that wraps up non-traditional training exercises. It's for the conditioning. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and remember, if you don't want to pick up a barbell or anything, you always have those non-traditional methods. Just get active, do what you need to do, stay healthy. See you on the next episode.